Hey y'all, I am back for part 2 of the back to school journals that I have finished up. I wanted to real quick show you, I was talking about in the first video, I was talking about these little game pieces. So I went and pulled this out. It's an animal domino, and this is what they came in. I got them off of eBay, just in case anybody's interested. They're really, really cute. I think this would make an adorable, image or some kind of big tag in a book too. I might use this at some point. Yeah, just really fun. So, each little domino, some of them have the same and some of them have different little images on them. So I thought I'd show them to you real quick. I'm sorry to put that. So much stuff around me. So this is my bag of like big pieces of stuff and my dominoes and things. But they come, I was just going to show you what they come like, and I cut them in half. Get the bag open. So this is what they look like. Okay, so like you've got this cute little bear, and you got the kangaroo, and then you have the zebra and the kangaroo. There's the bunny and the elephant, and yeah, and then there's a monkey. Look, Carrie, a monkey. I'm gonna send her one of those. There's a raccoon, which I think is adorable. And yeah, so I was running out. I pretty much used the other ones that I had that Tamara had sent me. So what I do is I take them, I have a big swing line cutter. You probably can put them in your cutter, but you have to run your thing through them several times, or you can cut them with a oh my gosh, what are those things called? X-Acto knife, or like a box cutter. You could cut them with a box cutter, but you need to have something that's gonna hold it down so you can cut. Yeah, and I cut them in half, and then I try to, like, the corners are rounded. Sometimes I'll try to round the corners, but they are thick, and it can be a little difficult. But once you poke a hole in them, sometimes also I'll add an eyelet to them, but they really don't need an eyelet because they're thick enough, Anyway, on these I didn't add an eyelet. I just punched a hole in them. Cut them and punched holes in them. And I picked ones that I thought the colors kind of coordinated with what I was doing. And I know this one is for a little girl. And of course the little girl's on the front, but I know this one is for a little girl, a granddaughter. So I put the little pink, and she's wearing like a little pink shirt, so I thought the little pink with the elephant would be cute on that one. And I chose him. I chose the little lion with the orange because there's orange in his shirt. I just, kind of color coordinated them with the books. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys that, in case anybody was interested in those. All right, I'm gonna flip through this one first, and I'm also going to give you, for these two ring bound ones, I'm gonna give you these that screw in. Okay. Well, you have to do it like this to make sure that this piece is on the right side. So this piece slides down, and then this screws in here, okay? And it's flexible. So if you wanna, these rings, sometimes they'll hold up nicely. Sometimes after opening and closing them, they'll break. So I like to, I like to put these in there. I think these have a little bit more sturdiness to them, and they've got the flex. So you'll get those. Okay. So here's the charm. I once again dug into my Sweet Gems buttons. Love these buttons. There is a little apple button on each one. I forgot to mention that earlier. This one has a little duck and ladybug. And then there's the little milk cap. More beads. I put more pink in here. Pink and red and yellow and blues or green. It's mainly, there's a little bit of blue in there. And then here's the tie. got a little bit of a glare. I've got my blinds closed, but the sun decided to come out. All right, so there's the tie. And then, of course, this is removable. This comes off, okay? So you can take that off. And then I did clean this up a little bit. There was a spot here. This is a loved book, okay? So it does have some wear and tear on it, okay? Oh, I forgot I was going to cover this up. Let me put something back there. It's like those little bitty things I need to do. And inside, you do have a template, okay? That's labeled top. I didn't put bottom, I just put top up there on both sides, so you know where to punch your holes. And then this one, you get the little Crayola crayon box. If you want to make a little pocket or, you know, something fun out of that. And the first signature of the book is in the front. The last signature's in the back. And then I did take some of the stickers and just kind of covered up where that tear was. I didn't cover it up on this side because I didn't want to cover up the copyright in case you want that. But of course you can cut, you know, you can take the We Like Kindergarten, you can cut these things out. You can use these images any way you want to. And they're just adorable. It's just an adorable little book. You can cut, you know, you can cut around them, make this kind of like a pocket this way. Same here. You can cut these little guys out. You cut these little guys out. Just so much fun stuff you can do with the images in these books are adorable. I did, in this one, I did add a few stickers here and there. I did not in the other one because I know her and I know she likes to really do all of her own things. She prefers a blank journal, so anyway. But I did, for this one, I did add a few stickers here and there. And then here's a, here is a page from one of the scans I did. And then you got some Mercer Mayer pages. I put 3 Pocket Project Life pages in here. 2 with the 4x6 and 1 that's got the smaller, like wallet size pictures in it. Here's your Richard Scarry card, journaling card. And I'm just gonna flip. Now most of these I punched holes so you can flip them out. Some of them I did not. Some of them I just punched in the middle here. But you can cut these all up, you know. So that's one thing. That's one thing about doing a ring bound journal, is that you can move things around. You know, you can take things out. You can still, and this is pretty yellow ledger that came from Maddie. So like this page, I folded it over kind of like a pocket, okay, and did the holes, but you can take it out and there's images on the other side, on the inside. There's words and stuff. So I did just put this little school banner sticker in the little schoolhouse. I didn't do any kind of sewing. For a lot of these pages, I think I just clipped in a few of these instead of poking the holes in them. And you can take them out, you know, and use, you know, whichever little kids you want, if you want to make like little strips, like little film strips sort of things with them. The front page from Little Curious George ABC book. Jack and Janet, or Dick and Jane, that might be Dick and Jane, yeah. Ledger. And then some of these, if you'll notice, they poke up from the top. But now that doesn't bother me. I like stuff kind of coming out from the side and the top, but I kept the bottom part even so that if you want to set it up, you know, you can. So here's your envelope. Your timesheet. Here's the little thing that Maddie sent me. Now when I poke these holes, if you'll see, like where there was already a hole there, so it kind of does like this, I would do some kind of reinforcer. I think I've got some, and if I remember, I might be completely out of them, which is why I haven't used them. I would recommend, you know, putting something here. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. If you're not, you know, you just don't be rough, you know, when you're flipping through these things. You got the goose in this one, and then I put a little clock up here on this page, sticker. I didn't overdo it with stickers and things. I just put a few. This might be the, yeah, I think this is from the Jack and Janet book. Here's your 4 little pockets page here. So same pages, same stuff. The scrapbook paper really is the only thing different, you know. Well, all the book pages are different, but they come from the same books. Y'all know what I mean, right? Y'all know what I mean. And see, like these half pages I left, like a little flip, and I just clipped these things on there. So you can completely take these out and make tags and pockets out of them. As much as I love making embellishments, I really think that, you know, all of us are pretty creative people, and we like to kind of do our own things. And I do know some of my customers, and, you know, in some of my journals, I'll do a lot of embellishing. This is the pocket you get in this one. Now, this one's seen better days. There's a little tear up there, but so I just clipped it in. I think that one's cute, though. All right. I mean, it's old like me. It's not going to be in perfect shape. It's going to be crumbling like I am. Okay, so here's the envelope here. But you can take this out and fold it the other way if you want that image, you know. Or you can just leave it like that and glue it with the little critters headed to school on the school bus. Here's your Richard Scary school bus in this one. I think this one doesn't have one of those. I think this one has a Richard Scary image with all the little critters on the playground, like on the monkey bars. Let's see. And then there's your pencil and your little triangle flashcard. There's the other, there's a vintage flashcard here and some other little bits. There's the apple that I made. This is fodder that I drew these apples, and I kind of cheated on these. I actually had a, like one of those, oh my gosh. Why does my mind always go blank when I'm on video, y'all? Embroidery, like patterns that have fruit on it. So like for my strawberries and my apples that I made, I have done some strawberries. I don't think I've shared any of those yet, but I kind of traced the apple because I really like the shape and the leaves and stuff, and I knew it would be easy to cut out. So I kind of cheated on those. I kind of traced it and then went from there. So you get a really pretty apple shape. So you can do that. Y'all can do that. You can make your own fodder if you don't feel like you can really, you know, draw. But you, we all have an inner artist. It just depends on if you want to tap into it. You can trace things, you know, on tracing paper. Flip your tracing paper over and then draw it. It will just be opposite, but each time you do that, you can get the image either way. That's a little cheat if you want to do simple things and kind of learn shapes and drawing and stuff like that. Here's the pocket. I didn't mention before that this pocket, I lined it with like lunch paper bags, so which is a thinner paper bag, but I glued it with glue stick, and then I stitched around it to make the pocket. And it feels more like a pattern paper that way. It doesn't really feel like a digital. Anyway, and you can kind of crumple it, you know, it has that sound more like a pattern. I forgot to tell you guys that. But that's the pattern, and then you get a big flash card. Each one gets a big flash card, and they're old. They're super old. I had to kind of fold them up to make them fit because they're like really long. And one of them, I think I ended up cutting the bottom part off because it cracked when I went to fold it. But they're cool. You can play with them. There's your big sticker and extra pages, and I think the teacher certificate's in here. Yeah. The old writing paper, some cardstock, and then these little kids are so cute. These two little books, I'm pretty sure they're either Eloise Wilkins or Corinne Malvern. I'm gonna go back and look. These look like Eloise Wilkins, I think. But these little kids are so stinking cute to me. Look. Story time. Show and tell. He's showing his little, looks like a hamster. Or a mouse. Pet hamster. Read the book, Carla. They're out on the playground. There they are having their little snack. Nap time. Y'all remember nap time? I think this, so just, you know, this should be adult. This should be an adult thing, because when we get older, they don't need naps. They have the energy. They're like little Energizer bunnies. I mean, they do need naps because they get cranky, but why don't we get to take naps when we're older? Why don't we have nap mats at work? Look, playing the piano. Look at that little girl. I just think these are so adorable. I'm gonna have to go get me a couple more of these books. I've got to sign this one. I've got to put that sticker on the back. And then here's your little goodies. I tried to put these two little girls, they're playing with their dolls, and then she's cooking over here, so they got them set at the table. And then I put the little boy and girl in here playing. And then here's the little girl rocking her baby. And then the other things you get in there. So I've just got to, just kind of need to tuck all this in, put all this back in there. Okay. So that's that one. I know she's super excited for this. Her granddaughter's starting kindergarten in a couple of weeks. Just talked to her yesterday. So I hope you like this one. I had a fun time making this one. I think it's just turned out, I think all these turn out adorable, but y'all know I have a thing for all the little kids. This little girl reminds me of my granddaughter, Anne Marie. Just you know, extra information that you didn't need. So here's the tie on this one. It's pretty much the same. And then this one is, so this one looks a little chunkier, and it's because this book, this is one of the older books, and this was a, it's called a Giant Little Golden Book, but it's the same size, but it has 4 signatures in it. So it has like, it has more pages to the actual book. But anyway, so this one, there's your little milk cap. I had one of these little buses that this came in some Happy Mail years ago, and I've been hoarding this till I found, you know, the right project to put it on. I wish I had more of those to put them on each little book. But they all have their own sweet little personality, I think. This little dinosaur. I think I put a pink dinosaur on her. Yeah, and the little lion. This one has the butterfly and the duck. And this one has one of those chunky beads on it. These are buttons from my sweet friend, Jen. So I'm sharing with y'all. Just like I do all her felt buttons and stuff. So yeah, so this one's a little bit thicker, and that's because of those extra pages. And you'll see. And then I love the inside of this one. I'm going to tell you, I'm holding one. I'm like holding one in my cart right now. I want to buy another one of these, but y'all, gosh, that needs a little bit of glue right there. Hold on. I have so much stuff, it's ridiculous. But then I always want to have like a backup copy of stuff. Are y'all like that? Like, it's just, and I don't know why. It's not like I like absolutely have to have it. My glue's about gone here. I want to glue this little piece down. Didn't quite get it. There we go. I will do that sometimes. I'll go buy, you know, just to have it, because I just love the ones that I really, really love. And these pages, I wouldn't recommend like doing folding them. I think you can absolutely cut these images out and, you know, make your own stuff out of them, your own ephemera like I do. And they're nice and thick, but I'm just I'm afraid that it'll crack if you go folding it. It might not. I just haven't done it. So this is 1958. See that? This is a 1958 copy, and I paid a little bit more for this book. Who is? Yeah. So the pictures are actually by two different folks, Corinne Malvern and Violet Lamont. So, isn't he adorable? Yeah. So look, go down the hill past the candy store and through the schoolyard and in the door of the big red school. Adorable. Then you have like the alphabet images. Yeah, those would be fun to make little German cards out of. Anyway, okay. Yeah, so see, here's this one did the same thing when I poked the hole, so I would put some kind of reinforcer on that. Or you could go back to, I'm not going to do it because I really have spent a lot of time, a lot of work on these, but go back and just put a piece of paper over that to just give it a little bit more sturdiness. I mean, it's not going anywhere unless you just yank it, but anyway. So here's the Mother Goose Nursery School. There's the apple. It's from that dictionary page. Curious George. Gonna flip. Here's your envelope that I have not glued. Oh, I guess I did have 4 different. Maybe there's not one in the dictionary book. Yeah, there's a school bus. There's a Richard Scarry at school. This one does have an envelope, an additional envelope, just kind of like the school bus on the front. This was one that I had made a long time ago that I had in my stash from, I think this is a Richard Scarry book. Maybe Going Places, I think. Anyway. Okay, this is actual scrapbook paper that looks like, you know, writing paper. And there's your, this one you've got 7th grade year. You can totally cover these up though, and just like if it's first year, or, you know, you can make something to make it whatever, and then put a, you know, you put a photograph right there. Those are so cool. Thank you, Maddie, for sending me those. Super cool. Well, she was very sweet to share some of those with me. And then I did actually clip some of the things in here already. So, here's the playground on the monkey bars, and then I put this one in here because the images in here are very similar to oh, I think I had this tucked, so it just kind of, yeah, there we go. There's so many images in here. Oh, there they are. I did put 2 of these in here, but there's more images in here, and yeah, here's your little alphabet ones. Where's your, all right, put this right here. I put 2 of those in here for you. Yeah. There's this page. Oh, I did. Here we go. I put this one because I don't think this image is not in this book. Yeah. So you got 3 of these as well, and then some other little pieces too. Like the other books. I didn't go through them all in the other ones. because everybody gets one of these little girls from the We Like to Make Things book. So here's the rest of the alphabet. So this is the second signature in this. Look at this. I should have scanned this book, y'all. I didn't. I just hadn't had time. Look. Yeah. They got their soup and their piece of fruit and their milk. Playtime. This book is just absolutely adorable. So many things you can make out of these pages. And I know you will, my friend. You got the caterpillar. Here's the pattern pocket. That's from Jack and Janet and Penny. Dick and Jane. Just little kids having a picnic. This came from one of those 1977 Children's Encyclopedia. That's where those pages came from. Scrapbook with the scissors and the crayons. Are y'all counting these pages? Because I haven't counted them. There's so much in here. Just another dictionary page. Mercer Mayer. The Best Teacher Ever is the name of that book. These are those cards that came from Carrie. This came from the paper line. It's a vintage flash card. There's a playing card. All these things are in each book. Same amount. It's different. I can't remember what book this came from. This was like a music book. Or one of those, it was some kind of bigger children's book. Dick and Jane. There's your little back to school piece. I think I'd already put one of those in here. I think this is cute on country roads with the bus going through the over the river and through the woods. This is the third signature. We're counting how many chickens and talking about the freight trains. And then we have art class. So this picture, and let's see what else. These images are in that, and these are in that rainy day playbook as well. And then here's extra pages that I didn't poke holes in. There's that. And here's the last signature. Here's your pocket. Just got it tucked at the back. These were not. These are just, no. Actually, this one and this one are also in that rainy day book. Look at him. I wonder if that might be in Dr. Dan. See, you could cut all these things out. It's just ephemera galore. Cute. Look at her little pea coat. And her little Mary Jane, her little red Mary Janes. Just adorable. Just adorable. And your template's back here with that envelope. Okay. And I got to sign this one too. Got to sign both of these. Just kind of pull these back. Yep. So I'm super happy with how all these came out. I thought they were a lot of fun. A lot of fun just to stuff all that fun stuff in there for you to play with. And of course making the charms is always fun for me. But yeah, so that's those two. Y'all let me know what you think, as always, and thanks for watching. And I'm going to be getting these packed up over the next couple of days and getting them shipped out to you guys by the end of the week. All right. So I will see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.